along. Let me know. Alright, peace.
Hello, hello. Alright, that seems to be working. No. Game capture? Question mark? We have audio, but no capture. What are you doing wrong? If at first you don't succeed, turn it off and turn it back on again. Alright, there we go. Alright, so hopefully today we don't have any crashing issues here.
Let's get started. This should be easy.
Go fight them. Just for using us.
Hurry! Now we get our hands dirty. Oh, this should be good.
On your guard!
Alright, we made it through that bit of combat. Which is more than we can say for yesterday. Alistair, you're using this skill. That skill is only good for missile attacks. That's why you took so much damage there.
Only one shall stand. Move and perish. This should be easy enough.
And we'll do that to that one.
As with violence is a solution, sometimes
You're mine! Let's get started.
Run while you can.
Hope
Alright.
okay.
Yeah, Alistair, we should set you up with some tactics so you actually heal yourself. And don't fucking die. Oh, and you keep swapping over to that mode. Okay, yep, that explains it. Yep, time to fucking fix you. Set you up as a defender, but use shield defense, not shield cover. And you should be aggressive. Yeah, I can't really set you up to do all the stuff that I want you to do. Oh, wait, no. That's the slot for you to heal yourself. Self health below 25%. Action. Use the least powerful healing potion. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. At some point we should really put some points into strength. Just a few. Because we have a strength score of what? Character 10. We need a couple points in strength. I think 15, so we need at least like 3 points, or no, at least like 5 points in strength. At some point, because we're still making some progress here, I'm just gonna drop a save. Because you know how this game is. Death Root. Health Root. Make that into some healing potions. And over here we'll find the spider cave.
Let's get started.
I am your death.
This is where we'll get the necessary ingredients for those poisons that Bodgong wants? I think it's his name. I don't know, that one merchant inside the tavern. The one that don't got food. But I got other gear to sell. That'll be the perfect place for that. And a chest. And can we get through here? I don't think we can. Right, there's no jump in this game. And that's why spacebar doesn't let you jump, because you can't jump. Jumping is impossible. Let's see if we can make venom. I think he wants 3? Hey, achievement unlocked Tinkerer. That's fantastic.
Got a cousin in the town.
Tinker with everything.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, it's enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, eh?
Sorry you didn't give us a single gold piece, but okay. He needs dexterity, but he also needs strength, so we'll just go with that. He needs taunt, like, as soon as possible. But he also needs threaten. But he also needs... I think he needs this. Right, eventually he needs this, but currently shield balance will do enough. So it's really just up to precise striking or threaten. I think we'll get threaten because we'll all, like, he always should be running threaten. This active. Why do you keep not doing as you're told? I did set that.
What now?
I got my eyes on you, Alistair.
So can you surrender to a darkspawn? Do they take prisoners?
I'm gonna save again, because I'm paranoid. I'm not entirely sure if we're still supposed to be hearing this music. I heard that's the tavern music. Should fix itself though when we go into combat. No, we're getting far enough away now.
It's either you or me, and it isn't going to be me!
can handle it later. Actually, we can strip his armor a little bit. No, unimportant right now. Let's go for this. Now we'll go ahead and strip the bandit leader's armor. Feel that when he wakes up. This is basically the perfect armor set to throw on Stin. If you don't have like a full set of armor on Stin, it's fantastic.
Let's get started.
I don't think we have... I don't think we have steel gloves for Alistair just yet, so that's where we'll get the rest of the heavy chainmail set for him. And then he gets a set bonus. Which I don't exactly remember what that does, actually. Let's go find out. Don't you tell me. Does it not tell me? No, it doesn't tell me. Okay, what the set bonus is, but it's okay. It's alright. I'm sure it's not very important. We'll move that there, and then we'll move that to 5. There we go. Alright, there is no sprint. So hitting shift does nothing. It's okay. Later we'll get a spell that will help with the speed at which we do things. But that should be all the bandits taken care of out here. Which means that we'll save. I should really re-keybind the, yep, as a matter of fact, let's do that. Go to controls, where is quick save? F5, no, that needs to be backspace. There we go. This quick save is fantastic. Also, we need to close that door. The door should be closed.
All right, I've come up with one. A question that you can't answer.
Are you talking to me?
That's right. You think you're so smart. I've got an academic question that I bet you won't be able to answer.
Oh, I doubt that.
So tell me then, what was the name of Andraste's husband?
This is a religious question, not an academic one.
You're joking, right? A 5-year-old could answer that question. Do you not know more than a child?
I care nothing for your religion, and this game of yours is over.
Oh, how the mighty have crumbled.
Alistair, I love you, but we're not gonna chalk that up as a win for you, okay?
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day.
Yay, Pilgrim. Suddenly there's more quests on this fucking board to do too, so we'll go ahead and accept those. I would read them, but I don't care that much. At this point it's just XP. We got 3 gold for dealing with the bandits though, so that's good shit. Now what we want to do is head back out into the wilderness, because now there'll be new shit out here. And by new shit, I mean a whole pack of wolves, apparently. Alistair, that's a bit off. That needs to be dropped down just a wee bit. There we go. That's better. God, wolves are so loud. And no pelts. This is bullshit. Look, a corpse. Oh, it's the mother of that poor boy.
Here we go!
Not sure exactly when bears started towns, but it's okay. We'll deal with them. You know what? I think I've actually figured out what is going to be our team comp for this playthrough. It was everything, right? The bears, the boy's mother. Pretty sure that was everything. I'll drop a quick save just in case. Oh, we might actually get through Lothern. Shh. Don't jinx it.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Right. Alright, no more quests on the board. I think that's everything we can do here. We got our party members, we got our all sources of XP acquired. Yeah. So we're free to head out of town.
done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
Damn. Didn't even let me defend myself? Verbally? That's okay. Wait, you don't have armor. We are fully armored and have a mage. You really think? Okay. Let me just deal with these motherfuckers. It's gonna be the most annoying part that I will fight.
Right then.
Just like that. Done and dusted. You know, this all could have been avoided if y'all just given up. Like, y'all didn't have to have the pow-pows. Y'all could have just let me go about my day. Speaking of which, we need to deal with, Liliana's tactics. I don't know what the hell she was doing during that fight. Seemed like she was standing there most of the time. Let's see. No. Go the archer playstyle. Yeah, Song of Valor should always be active, but god, dirty fighting? Absolutely not. What else do you have? You have crippling shot. Carefully aimed shot hampers the target's ability to fight by reducing attack and defense if it hits, although the shot inflicts only normal damage. The Master Archer talent adds an attack bonus while firing the crippling shot. Okay. So you need... God, you have 2 activated modes that need to be here. Actually, let me take this one out. Enemy... say the... Let's just go with any... usability... crippling shot. High or medium armor rating. That's good. Dirty fighting. Dirty fighting is not something you should be set up to do. Well, it is, but then you need to move away. We'll just leave that. We'll just leave that. Behavior is ranged. And while we're here doing this, I'll just set mine to be basically the same thing. I'll just set that any. Because in the situation where there's like a mage or whatever, I want them to target the mage too. That's good. We'll set meter range. That's simple enough. Alistair's already set. Morgan. Train life. Horror. What does horror do again? Caster forces a target to cower in fear, unable to move. Unless it passes a mental resistance check. If they're already asleep, they cannot resist. And take massive spirit damage. But this particular ability doesn't do any damage, so... Can you be a damager? Do you have any more damaging spells than that? Not really, no. Alright. There we go. Now that that's done, just drop a quick save. We got all that stuff? Yeah, we got all the chests. Alright. Tally ho! I'll head this way first, because there's a thing.
Away with you, foul creatures! Leave us alone!
We'll open up with one of these.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
Just how obliged exactly?
You want a reward, eh? I suppose that's an entirely reasonable request. How does 100 silver sound? I was going to use that to fix up the cart, but quite frankly, I'll be grateful enough that my son and I come out of this with our heads.
Right. Yeah, you have a whole cart full of goods.
Unsold goods, I'll point out, though you've a fair point. Here's 200 silver, but it's all I have. The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
It's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to travel. Come along.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we? Great. Is there anything else I missed? Any more loots? No. Alright. Well, just like that, we have finished Lothrin in only about 40 minutes, which has been fantastic. Because we started late, so yeah, it's been great.
Bad dreams, huh?
It seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon, is it the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Alright. Glad that went off without a hitch. Alright, now begins the portion where we walk around and talk to everybody. Well, eventually. Also, let's get Stin in some armor. This one's better. And this is Alistair's new sword. Oathkeeper. Fantastic sword. Alright, that goes on Liliana. She's a cunning one. Maybe not. What am I wearing? Constitution one? Yeah, no. Look at that. Charm of Still Waters. Right, she has a better emblem than that. Oh, he doesn't have one. Here. Take that. Take the Quinari cap. Heavy chainmail. Don't have any heavy chainmail boots, but I have these split mail boots that you can have, and these split mail gloves that you can have for the time being. Doesn't really look fantastic, but good enough. We'll see if Bogon has some better boots and gloves for you, because that just looks atrocious. Alright. I need to talk to him anyway.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick, at your service once again. I saw your camp and remembered the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
You're free to stay. Just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Enchantments, eh?
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Alright, I want some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Alright, usually at this point I just take this journeyman rune of lightning, throw that inside of Oathkeeper, Alistair's new sword, and call it a fucking day. Let's talk to Alistair first. He was our first companion.
What do you need?
I wanted to talk to you about Duncan.
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
He was like a father to you, I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost him, not with so much as riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
No harm done, Alistair.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
What about the other Grey Wardens?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for them when they fall in battle. The Dalish don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
We bury them and plant a tree over their remains.
That sounds quite beautiful. Life springing from death. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Oh my goodness, we can say yes. Well, don't tell anyone about it. That's funny. Anytime, Alistair. Oh, nice. Alistair approves. Alright. Let's go talk to Morgan next, I guess. If we're doing this in order of appearance.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
A nutty old bat?
Sometimes I do wonder the very same thing. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I didn't even know there was I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Ah, I see. That does explain much. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
That sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen, and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife. And Osen agreed.
Flemeth must have been angry?
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
So she truly loved Osen then.
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Of course Flemeth would say that.
You would be surprised at how little my mother cares for what I or others think of her past. The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Right. Okay, Flemeth. The legends tell of Flemeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters? I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true, I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
How is it that Flemeth has survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
An interesting story, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died a long time ago.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Alright. Nice little chit-chat with Morgan. Let's see. Next, we got Dog, so let's go see what Dog's doing. Hey, what the dog doing?
Oh, why, you little...
We gotta say this one. Did you just jump at the sight of your own shadow again?
Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Good boy. Teach that silly Alistair a lesson.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Oh my god. That's great. That's absolutely great. Alright, alright. After Dog it was Liliana, so what are you up to?
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Right, so this vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
The Blight is the Maker's punishment. Will you defy him?
I don't know. He made this world. He could destroy it. But there is so much worth saving. You're such a pessimist.
Oh no. Oh no. That was just a question. It's not what I believe. Oh, well, shit. Alright. We'll choose. Sten?
Why are we stopping?
I think we should talk for a moment.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
What's your hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry where I would say duty.
I've never seen Quinari before. Tell me about your people.
No.
Please?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
A little hostile, aren't we?
Many humans have said that to me. I do not understand it. If I were indeed hostile, you would be bleeding.
So this is you being calm and hopeful?
Couldn't you tell?
Are you alright? You were in the cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
You said you were in the army?
I am.
What made you decide to become a soldier?
Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did.
Have you ever fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, elf.
What do you mean by that?
My people have been at war since the moment we set foot in the Northern Islands.
So the Quinari don't come from the islands?
We do now.
Where did you come from before?
Somewhere else.
Can you be more specific?
No. I was born in Seheron. Of the land we came from, I know nothing, not even its name. I do not see how this matters. Seheron and Parvolan are distant. Ferelden and the Darkspawn are immediate.
True, let's go.
As you wish.
Okay, we got a little bit of approval with Sten. Didn't get much with fucking Liliana. We'll drop a save. And then we'll go and talk to Bogon.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
So what's your story exactly?
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Lost glory?
Our kingdoms once spanned the length of Thados, from majestic Orzammar to Kal Sharok to glittering Darmalin far to the west. They say the gold and silver veins ran so thick through the stone of Darmalin that the entire city sparkled. The Darkspawn took it all, of course. One by one, the old Tigers fell, and then all that was left was Orzammar. But we were talking about how I ended up here, weren't we? One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
And did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Better to do something with them than to leave them to rot.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Fascinating story, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
But where do these goods come from, not the deep roads?
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Everyone has to make a living somehow.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
You didn't mention your son in your tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Blood isn't all that important.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Alright, have you heard any rumors?
Thank the Maker we didn't lose Tyrn Loghain at Ostagar. He pulled his troops out just in time, so he said. Without him, we'd be lost. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Right, let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, time to clear out some inventory. Let's see, don't really need much of that stuff. Don't need the toxin extract. Don't need the deep mushrooms. Don't need the chastened flat blade. Don't need the Warden's longsword. Don't need 3 other copies of longswords. I have 2 of the enchanted daggers. I don't really need another dagger right now. Crossbows are trash. Arrows are not super beneficial. The Darkspawn staff. Morgan has a stronger staff than that. Leather gloves. No, because we have the Dalish gloves. Split mail, no. Currently all of our people have armor. Chantry robes, chastened robes, apprentice cowl, bit of clothing. Don't really need the heirloom necklace. Definitely not gonna be wearing the Warden's Oath anymore. We'll hold on to the runes. We don't need the axe. These are all gifts, so we'll hold on to them. This is not, this is just money. Same time with this. The garnet.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be
Right, the enchanted daggers are better. Yeah, they're tier 2. Elfruit. Silver bracelets. He's got some good shit though. Um, doesn't have any more armor for Sten, which eventually the armor that Alistar has will be going on Sten anyway. Hull damage. I might get that. Hold on, wait. Probably not. Oh, the bard's dancing shoes. We'll buy those. Actually buy these too. But other than that, so that's stronger than Morgan's staff. Oh, it is stronger. Alright, well, we'll buy that one too. We have the gold for it. Yes, the bard's dancing shoes. We're not going to be wearing those though. We're going to be wearing these ones for the extra dexterity, because that'll boost our bow damage. I actually should have bought that long bowman belt too, and I think about it. Yeah, let's go ahead and
your
grab
friends
that.
are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you. I'm sure you'll...
I've heard the stuff that you have to say. I don't particularly care. Thank you. Alright, and spend all my money. Dalish leather belt. As a matter of fact, that will go greatly on you, Alistair. She doesn't need stamina. It's more beneficial on Alistair, I feel like. Because eventually Alistair's going to need to be spamming abilities. Kind of. He's going to need to be spamming taunt, at least. Let's drop a save. Let's see, we talked to Morgan. We talked to everyone here once. So, yeah. I think we keep it moving. Time is it? Yeah, we got about 30 more minutes. Let's keep chugging along. See.
Yes.
Alistair.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Alright, and now we decide where to go first. There's been multiple different things that like have pointed us towards going to Castle Redcliff. Because, you know, that'll be like the ally that will need, like, I feel like they'll have the biggest impact if we can have, like, you know, an Arl or whatever on our side. So the sooner we can get them on our side, then we should have, like, you know, a jump off point for going and visiting the other individuals to try and get them on our teams. So I think the first place we'll head to will be Redcliff. Yeah.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I, should probably have told you earlier.
What's on your mind, Alistair?
Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliff. Did I say how I know Arl Eamon exactly?
I think you said he raised you?
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arl Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
So you're not just a bastard, but you're a royal bastard.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
I think I understand.
Oh, good. I'm glad. It's not like I got special treatment for it anyhow. Arl Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care. but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Did she know the truth about you?
She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Jarl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
You were young.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that, I don't know. All I know is that the Jarl is a good man and well-loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you can command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Somehow I just know it. I mean, you are gonna regret it, but it'll be okay.
Yes.
Alright, now we're ready.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I'm on important business. I need to see Jarl Eamon.
Oh. Then you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
I've heard Jarl Eamon is sick. Is that what you mean?
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Jarl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Jarl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Alright, what's this?
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Jarl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe Logain's lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Logain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother? Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things are you talking about?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Logain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Logain without Arl Eamon.
Of course we'll help.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
I want to discuss the situation with you.
Of course.
You have some of Arl Eamon's knights here?
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
The search for the urn of sacred ashes.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Why are you in the chantry with the villagers?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Should things go amiss?
Should the monsters find their way in. I would prefer not to fight in the chantry, but if they come, then so must it be. We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
What exactly are these things attacking the village?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
Thank you for your intrusion, Morgan. We are aware undead are indeed never pleasant. But okay. So what happens after the battle's over?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
I should get back to work.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Morgan disapproves, but we got some more favor with Liliana, so that's great.
Let us pray.
Why haven't
Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition.
the rest of us. Yeah. I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything will be all right.
I want to go home. Where's Father? Why can't we go home?
I already told you. Father is outside defending the village from the bad men. We must stay here and be brave.
Good day.
I guess so.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Jeddah?
I am. You've heard of me?
I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to... Maker's blessings upon you.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
You're not bothering me.
I shouldn't be such a crybaby. With Mother gone now, I have to be brave. I can't help myself. I'm so frightened. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
You need to be strong, girl.
I understand, I do. I'm just so afraid for him. I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here and wait for them.
We have no choice. We must pray and hope for the Maker's compassion.
I just hope everything will be all right. So many have already died.
You have level 2. Okay. We should be fine going through this place. Certain things we might not be able to get done.
Fish. And something else. Oh, more fish.
What does that smell? Fish? Oh, and something else. More fish.
You know, we don't have no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
Yes, sir. What should we do until then?
Pray and hope for a miracle.
Mr. Murdoch.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
You sure you didn't hear that we killed the king?
Could be that I did. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Have faith, good man. We will defend. this evil together.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Why does Owen refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Nobody else can do these repairs?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
Is there anything else you need?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Tell me about Dwin.
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Carry on then.
Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Alright, see, we'll go see about the armor first, because that'll be the most time crucial thing. Well, it seems to be locked.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Is this Owen, the blacksmith? I need to speak with you.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
I'd prefer not to speak through a door. Can I come in?
All right, all right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Let's get started.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
Ah, yes. My name is Theron. I'm a Grey Warden, helping Bantigan.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Funny you didn't sound like an elf through the door. Can't say I expected that. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
What do you know about what's going on?
You mean why are these creatures attacking the village? Obviously something wicked corrupts the castle. My daughter used to tell me the Alessa was up to something, hiding things from her husband. I told Valena she was imagining things. But maybe the Alessa was involved in something. Blood magic, maybe.
What else did your daughter say?
She thought the Alessa was having an affair with some tutor she hired for the boy, Connor. I never listened much to her talk about it, though I wish now I had. It doesn't matter anyway. She's lost to me, and I can't do anything about her warnings now.
What do you know about the Arlesser?
Only that she's an Orlesian girl from beyond the Western Mountains. Far too young for our Arl. That's what I say. And too proud and headstrong from the sounds of it.
Have you told anyone about this?
Of course not. And who would I tell? And what good would it do now, eh? I just wish I'd paid more heed to my girl.
Do you think the Arlesser made the Arl? Or do you think the Arlesser made Arl Eamon sick?
I'd never make such accusations. But maybe, if she was using foul magic, then maybe she just did at that.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
So the smithy is closed.
Look around. The militia took everything they could use. I could start up the forge again, but I won't, since Murdoch won't listen to me.
Are you sure you won't help me out?
If you mean you want me to smith something for you, then no. But feel free to take whatever's left. Don't suppose it matters much anymore.
The militia couldn't have taken everything.
Everything that they could find, sure. Walked in here and took it all right off the walls.
But did they find everything, sir?
Hey, maybe not. I'd be stupid to keep everything out here where someone can find it easy. Tell you what, you want valuables? I've got some hidden away, maybe. But if you want me to dig them up, there's something I want you to do first.
What do you want me to do?
My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
Or you could work to help save her.
I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us?
I think you could save yourselves.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. Tell you what, you want that reward I mentioned? You find Velena.
What about the militia? They need your help.
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
And what if she's dead?
It would be better than going to my grave wondering.
I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
What's stopping me from lying to you?
Nothing besides your conscience. You got one of them.
That's an insulting thing to ask.
Then I'll take what I can get and leave the rest to the Maker's grace.
But no one can get into the castle right now.
Eventually, they'll want to seek out the Jarl and our lesser. And when they do, you go in and bring my Velena to me.
I'm not promising anything.
Then we have nothing to talk about. Let me go back to drinking and waiting for the monsters to come.
The militia needs your help desperately.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
Fine, I will rescue your daughter.
It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night. Not good enough. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her.
I promise you I'll find her.
It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me. I see you found my hiding place. I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. But it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
It's locked.
Yeah. Let me open it for you. I have the key.
Loot. Not useful loot, but loot. Okay, so...
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantig and the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
I'll be back. I need to check on some things.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Oh. Morgan leveled up. Nice. Oh, we are playing on easy, so walking bomb is actually viable for us here. No, probably not death magic. Force field's actually a decent spell. It can combination with Alistair a little bit, so like you can make him immune to damage, but if he still like has everything in the room angry at him, then they'll just fight him. We could get heal, but that's not really what we want her for. It's more of a damage dealer, so I'll just get her Arcane Bolt to start with. Because she won't.
A witch of the Kokari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right. And they are right in this.
You know those stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them. No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a save. I think we heard that one before, but it's just an interesting one. I know they won't really repeat things. So that must have been in one of the timelines where we crashed. Oh, fire arrows. Nice. I think the Walking Dead are more susceptible to fire damage, although I have absolutely no idea. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Jesus. Alright, well, damn, we haven't had a single crash today. That's fantastic. I'm gonna drop another quick save. Actually, we should manually save. Alright, so next time we come back, we will see about speaking to the one guy who's supposed to be a veteran or something, but refuses to come out to help, and explore the rest of the village. Until then, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.